Alrighty, well, good morning. It is day number 3 of our West Coast Journey 2.0. You can see the falls behind me right there. Pretty early, a little foggy again this morning, but there is blue sky above me, so getting an early start. Looks like I'm one of the first ones out of here, which is very strange. I'm always last usually, but 2 days in a row I'm the first out. So anyways, we got a bit of a beach walk this morning, and we're just going to try and get to the crab shack. If you don't know what the crab shack is, it's you take the shuttle across Nitimat Narrows, and when you get to the other side there's a little restaurant, and they sell breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and so I'm going to stop there and have breakfast or lunch depending on when I get there. It is supposed to rain later today, so that's going to be kind of a drag. We're trying to get to a campsite and get set up before the rain really starts to kick in, so we shall see, but we'll see you on the trail. Day number 3. Looks like I'm the first one on the beach today. There's no tracks at all. Other than mine, of course. Alright, so we got some pretty cool formations here. Looks like one of them is a fairly, well, I guess a cave. But the one next to it, I believe, is a hole, and we can actually walk right through it. Yeah, how cool is that? Need to step back a little here. That's pretty cool. Whoa! Water just about got me. Look at that. I got to get through there when the water goes back. Like that. Tide's coming in, I think, a little bit. So you can only access this area during low tide, but you can see right there, it goes in there. I'm not going in. But if you come around the other side, it actually goes all the way through and comes out right here. So you can go all the way in there. It's pretty cool. You can see the light there, so it's definitely, yeah, goes all the way through. Big cave. And this is all underwater at high tide. Pretty spectacular. Just wish it was sunny out. Alrighty, so see a couple of people behind me there, and now I was kind of wondering where we get off the beach, but it looks like they marked it pretty well right here, so that's good. No question, this is where we're getting off. So yeah, and you can see it's still a sort of foggy day, a little bit of blue sky up there, but pretty foggy. But we'll be entering the trees now, getting on the trail. Alright, so we just came across the shuttle at Nitimat Narrows. We're at the crab shack. Yeehaw! Time to eat.
I think we should give them all the water.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. 5 liters will never lose you.
That's a lot of you don't have an OtterBox. I'm expecting big things out of that. Doubles the size of
Which way you guys hiking?
They're feeding on the crab. No wonder they hang out here. Alrighty, so we just left the crab shack. I had halibut with a loaded baked potato. Quite good. I actually had a beer as well. And yeah, it was a good time. hung around with a bunch of people. We all had a good meal, and I think we hang out there for, feels like a couple hours, but it's still pretty early. So yeah, we're just gonna head on up the trail. We got about 10 kilometers to go to a place called Cribs Creek, I think. So 10K, and then we'll be at our campsite, but it's only like noon, so lots of time. But we are supposed to get some weather coming in, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so I mean, the crab shack is not cheap, but you do have to remember where you are. So I mean, I had the halibut with the fully loaded potato, and I had a beer with that, and it was $60. So not cheap, but it's fresh. They catch the fish right there in their bay there, and same with the crab. But they have cabins here that you can rent too if you're so inclined. They're not cheap either, but you know, $160 a night I think is the cheapest one, and it goes up into like the 200s. So by no means cheap, but you know, if you're doing this as a once in a lifetime thing, it's, you know, at some point you just kind of think, well, whatever, you know, I'm just going to do this one time and pay the price, right? So anyways, back on the trail again, heading to Cribs, a campground called Cribs, and we might go a little further, but we'll see. And anyways, I'm just waiting for a bunch of guys that are coming behind me. Anyways, we'll see you on the trail. Someone must ask the question, why? Why is there a sewing machine out here? Well, that's the first ladders of the day, other than a few small ones, but these ones look like they're brand spanking new. Looks good. Good morning. So it is day 4. I did not do a day 3 wrap up. All I can say is it was a really brutal night. It rained all night. 2 kilometers before I got to my campsite at Cribs Creek, it started to rain, and by the time I got there, it was coming down pretty good. So I got my tent set up as quickly as possible, and basically from about probably 7 o'clock at night till about 6 o'clock in the morning, I just was in my tent the whole time. It was just coming down and coming down and coming down, and didn't stop until about 8 o'clock this morning. So once it stopped, I thought, well, I can get going, and it's supposed to actually be nice later. So anyways, we're on day 4. See all the waves coming in back there. I'm going to a place called Walburn, I believe it's called. I might even try and get further than that to a place called Collite. That's where my sister got injured, at Collite. So I might be able to make it to there. That would be good if I got to there. But we'll see. There's a lot of things can happen along the way, so you just never know. Well, this is what I get to deal with today. Lots and lots of mud. At least there's some boardwalks, but I just ran into some other hikers and they said it's real muddy. Oh boy, it rained hard last night, so it's not really surprising. Well, I just got through a pretty bad muddy section, but now we're on a bit of a boardwalk and some stairs, which are pretty nice. I think she's going to be one heck of a long day going through the mud. Pretty gorgeous in here though. Definitely a rainforest, as much as you could ever want. So just to give you an idea of the depth of the mud, look where the mud went up to, right there. That's about 2 feet. That's how far down that pole went on one of the mud bogs back there. Now we got this crappy boardwalk, it's all falling apart. Crazy, crazy. Oh, well, I just talked to some hikers, and apparently there was these 3 young people that I was hiking with a little bit, 2 guys and a girl, and apparently one of them hurt their knee, and God, do I have mud on my face? And I do, look at that. Well, that's not surprising. Jeepers creepers. Anyways, so they're getting rescued. So that kind of sucks. I tried to convince them to stay where I was last night at Cribbs Lake, but they decided to move on, but apparently one of them got hurt, so draggage. Same injury as my sister. I heard it was torn ligaments in the knee. Anyways, keep on moving. Apparently there's a burger shack coming up. I'm looking forward to that. It's not that far apparently. I'm going to be there for lunch. That's the ladder I just came down. To say that these ladders are dangerous today is an understatement. Everything's wet. Your feet are muddy, and so are all the hikers that came before you. So there's mud on the ladders, they're wet, so you have to make sure you're hanging on tight. You fall from that and it's over. So be careful out there. So I just came down that ladder in the trees, and it comes out onto the beach right here. And now it's beach time, and guess what's over to my left? It's the burger shack right there. Yeehaw, burger time. All right, so I'm just leaving that burger shack. Pretty expensive. I mean, I had a burger, coleslaw, and a pop, and it was like $50. So not cheap, but you know, whatever. It's nice little brief lunch stop. And now it's beach walk. I look at all this beach behind me, and nothing but beach in front of me too. So pretty gorgeous walk. So this is what we've contended with today. We've had a lot of creek crossings. I mean, it's not super bad, but your feet get wet, and that's just the way it is. So here's the latest boulder field I'm dealing with. I've gone through all this so far. Wasn't expecting this, but that's the way she goes. Somewhere down there is the campsite called Walburn. I think I might go further than that. We'll see. All right, so we got this fancy, massive, swinging suspension bridge. Like, look at this. This thing's massive. Whew. Man, are we up here. Look at that. Beautiful view down there. Huge canyon down there. Pretty awesome. Somebody spent some money on this part of the bridge. All right, so, whew, what a day. Bug. Okay, I just reached Collite or however they say it. This is where my sister got injured in our first attempt. But now I'm about to go down 8 sets of stairs. I can't even show them to you because it's impossible to get them all on camera, but it's pretty crazy. Maybe I can get a shot going, you know, from the downside up when I get down there. But 8 ladders right now down to the campsite. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do like these videos, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with other people. And anyways, we'll see you out on the trail. Bye bye.